Hello and welcome BitMonger family, Monger here, and in today's video, this one's going to be a classic, but I hope it helps people. But check it out, this is what it's going to be about. It's going to be how a stoner sitting on a sofa in Thailand makes more money than you. And that stoner is me. So let's get into it, okay? First of all, before we do anything, this is not financial advice, okay? I am not a financial advisor. Do your own research. Consult a financial advisor before you make any investment decisions. Okay, now that's out of the way. Let's take a look at what we got here. So first let me get into my humble beginnings. I'm a surfer, I'm a scuba diver, and I'm a boat captain. I did that before in the past as work. The surfing was just for fun. It was fantastic. Anyways, I also did internet affiliate marketing. I'm an OG of that. I did it way back in the day for diet pills for fat Americans. Made a ton of money off that. When that went south, I became a school teacher in Southeast Asia. Okay? The next thing that happened to me was this. I had a rude awakening. Okay, I had a very rude awakening. I was in my late 40s. I had a meeting with a financial advisor, and I realized that if I was fucked. I realized I was fucked. I ran the numbers, and I was like, oh shit. So, what I did was, I realized after I dug into more that fiat money is fucked. I came to the realization you cannot just save paper money. There's massive debasement going on. There's printing and inflation, and that fucks you, okay? So I had a sense of urgency. I dived in heavy to understanding money, finance, and investing. I realized that there's a risk-reward ratio. In order to meet my retirement goals, I needed to take risk and invest in disruption. How about you? Look into it, guys, okay? I realized I needed to take on some risk. Now, this is going to vary for everybody on how much risk you're willing to take, but I was at the stage where I was like, I need to take massive risk. No matter what, I'm kind of fucked, and if I'm going to have to teach for the rest of my life, well, so be it. So I was willing to take more risk. You guys need to determine how much risk you're willing to take. That's going to vary for everybody. Look at my portfolio construction video that I made if you're unsure about how much you're willing to take. But at the time, I was willing to take mass risk, okay? And I'm in roughly my 8th year of investing heavily, and by I was about 5.5 years into it, I became a millionaire, okay? So you should have a 1, 3, 5 year and a 10-year game plan on how you're looking at it, okay? And you should be looking outwards, okay? Most people fuck up because they're only thinking about how I can make money today, or how I can make money this week, or how I can make money this fucking month, okay? If you have that mindset, you're fucking losing. You need to zoom out. You need to look at long-term plans. That's how you make money. The next thing you need to do is you need to identify asymmetric bets and cutting-edge tech. Now, if you look at the top 500 companies in the U.S. stock market, guess what? It's the Magnificent Seven. They're all fucking tech companies. They hold like the vast majority of all the wealth. I don't know if you know this, guys, but NVIDIA now has a market cap larger than the GDP of fucking England, okay? This is huge. You need to be invested in it. Cutting-edge technology, okay? Next. Enter the crypto upside and front-running Wall Street, okay? This is the first time in history us plebes got to jump on a man running the show, okay? I identified that. Extremely important, okay? Well, this is the first time in modern history where we can, I think in history generally, where the average person can actually get ahead of the man. And when I mean the man, I'm talking about the fucking uber rich Wall Street types, those people in today's society that run the show. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, okay? So, I identified Bitcoin as an asymmetric bet, okay? Why did I like it? Well, as I mentioned earlier, our money's being debased. You're losing money every day with them fucking printing money. Bitcoin's extremely scarce. It's one of the most scarce assets, probably the most scarce asset in the world, okay? Now, the next thing I looked at was adoption. It has shown massive adoption. We got sovereign nation states adopting it. We got states adopting it. We got corporations adopting it, putting it on their balance sheet. We got endowment funds, you know, Harvard, Yale, these types of groups. They're putting it in their endowment funds. High net worth individuals, billionaires have started to talk about it. If you don't see the adoption, you're fucking blind, okay? So, identify adoption. We see that, and it's happening. And if you guys think it's too late, Bitcoin is not too late. It still has a lot of room to grow. The potential that I'm getting into now is fucking huge. It's going for everything, guys. It's going for the bond markets. It's going for gold. It has tremendous future upside, okay? Even though if you think you're too late on that one, it's not, okay? What you should be doing is you should research it if you're still unsure. Read the white paper, listen to people like Michael Saylor, and do research on it. Go down that rabbit hole, and then your eyes will see why it is so freaking amazing and why it's being adopted, okay? It's uncorrelated to any sovereign nation state. This is global, guys, okay? Research it and stack Bitcoin. Next one, early adoption and volatility. You want to spot trends that are still early. So all these shit coins, these crypto altcoins that have yet to be adopted by Wall Street, well, those are prime candidates. You're still early on those, okay? And identify the trend. You want to look for things that are being adopted. Also, don't be afraid of volatility. Embrace the volatility, okay? Volatility is an opportunity. When you have massive downturns, you can enter a market and you can ride it up and you can make huge money. We want to be looking at the long-term trend, and it is up and to the right. Huge potential. Again, research it. My crypto thesis and speculation. Everything is going to the internet. Web 3 is coming about. We have digitization of everything. Everything is being digitized, guys. We are going to be able to, everything is going to be on the blockchain, okay? Everything is going to be stuck on there, and it will be transparent. It will be secure. Right now, we are living in an ancient era in which basically documents and the ledger, stocks, deeds, all of this is on old tech, okay? Very old technology. Web3 is coming. Fractions, being able to buy fractions of stuff is happening. We are seeing clear adoption, okay? The role, you need to look at the role of the potential of the crypto. So some things are going to be layer one. Some things are going to be, focused on decentralized finance. Some things are going to be focused on real world assets. Some things are going to be like trading exchanges. There's a ton of potential for this type of crypto and the way it's going to be being adopted. Research it. Learn it. Okay? Look at the data. Look at the metrics. Look at the developers making commits on the blockchain. How many transactions are being done? How many active wallets there are? You need to be looking at the data. Look at who's investing it. Looking at who the partnerships are. All of these things. So that's what you need to be doing. Then you need to identify where are we in the cycle. Currently, I think we're about 75-80% through the cycle. And just so you know, on crypto coins, other than Bitcoin, the last 20% of the market is usually where you see 80% of the upside moves. So you're not too late there to be looking at these things. So identify the cycle, take positions. Next thing, spread bets and risk tolerance. As I mentioned before, everybody's risk is going to be different. That depends on where you are, okay? You decide your own goals. Just try to keep them realistic. Now, I use Bitcoin as my bank account. So when I take profits out of shitcoins, I stick it into Bitcoin. and then I move it over. I usually will move it over into cash, and then I buy the Fidelity Bitcoin ETF. The reason why I do that is because I got a lot of money now, and I'm paranoid, but that's how I protect it. The next thing you want to do is determine your asset allocation. That's going to be dependent upon your risk tolerance. The smaller the coin, the smaller the market cap, the higher the risk it is of failure. This is risky shit, guys, but no risk, no reward, okay? So diversify. I would say probably have no more than 5 to 15 coins. As soon as you start getting more than that, it gets very difficult to keep track of them and to really monitor them closely. Again, boom or bust, where's your head? This is going to risk tolerance, Maybe you're just looking to double your money. Maybe you're looking to make huge gains. You need to determine that. That's how you're going to determine how you want to allocate your portfolio. Again, hammering this one home, research and learning, look at data and metrics, identify the cycle, take the position, okay? You need to do that. This is how winning's done. You take profit and leverage trading, okay? Winning. You want to buy Bitcoin and be patient. Preferably, you buy it on the dip. Again, you need to identify the cycle, take positions. There's certain types of software that you can use to identify tops of the market. I suggest you use I'll do a video on that later, and that will help you identify the top of the Bitcoin, tops of Bitcoin. Next thing, you need to control your emotions, okay? If you get your emotions involved, you're probably going to lose your fucking ass, okay? You need to be emotionless. This is a blood sport, guys. You want to be buying the fear in a bull market. If there's a big dip, if there's fear, that is when you rush in and you buy it, okay? Learn to identify chart patterns. That's another thing. You're going to have to do some studying. There's a ton of resources online. You guys can look at YouTube. There's books that you can look at. Learn to identify chart patterns so you can make wise choices. Develop and use that technical analysis, okay? And paper trade. You can paper trade on a bunch of different exchanges so you can practice before you actually use real money. I would say have about an 80% hit rate of winning before you start using real money, okay? And you do these things and you'll likely be very successful, okay? It's important, though, that you guys take profits, okay? Always be taking profits. You don't want to be round-tripping your bags. That's a common mistake a lot of people have. I did it before on some coins. This is my third cycle in crypto. So I take profits, okay? That's how I bought my condo, bought my house, did all these other things. I take money out of the market. When I see that it's up significantly, don't be too greedy. Take money off the table, okay? Very important. Now, here's sad excuses that I get from people. It's too late. It's too risky. Okay, no, it's not too late. Okay, well, is it too risky? That depends. Maybe it's too risky just to be holding your money and have it melting like an ice cube, okay? I'm too old, it doesn't matter. Well, I guess so. Only if you got a ton of money and you can handle the devaluation of money. It's too difficult. Okay, no, maybe, but only if you're like kind of retarded. I have a sense of urgency. It's not too difficult. If I can learn it, you guys can learn it. And then the last one, I've given up. Well, hey, if you've given up, God help you. But I would say make another stab at it. Don't give up in life, guys. I had nothing not that long ago. Now I have got, my life is fucking sweet, okay? So do not give up. It's not too late. You can do it, guys. So now, guys, now it's up to you. I highly recommend you listen to smart people that are winning. You try to make wise choices. Recognize opportunities and disruption. Follow me if you like. And monger on.